Hello there, YouTube. I am Wheelchair21, and on today's rolling review, we will be looking at S.H.Figuarts Omegamon from Digimon the Movie, Our War Game, or simply in the American dub, just Digimon the Movie, from Tamashii Nations. Now, this is a Bandai Collector Shop version, but it was distributed by Bluefin Tamashii, which, as you can see, the box is a wonderful design. And honestly, I don't see the Bluefin logo slapped anywhere on this thing thus far, which is kind of interesting that they weren't able to get the logo on there. Or at least, I haven't seen it yet. Ah, there it is. They put the little sticker here on the back to prove that this is the American release, which means it doesn't have a brown exterior box. But overall, as you can see, they try to keep the whole feeling that this is from Our War Game throughout its design, and it's wonderful none the least. Now, the interior box, or the interior of the box, consists of your figure, Omegamon, your shoulder pads for Yamato or Matt, and Taichi/Tai shoulder pieces to stand on his shoulders, Transcended Sword, a Supreme Cannon, the interior of the cape holder, the actual stage effects to help you display said cape. The interior backing of the cardboard box itself features the cape, the fabric cloth cape, as well as on the back features a nice round disc Tamashii Act stage. Overall, you have quite a few displayable accessories, as well as a few additional accessories to your overall figure, which makes it a very nice, chic, and compact release, and gives you the full range to recreate scenes from the movie. Now here's our overall figure out of the box without any of the accessories attached to it. So before we go into the points of articulation and displaying it with its wide range of accessories, I'm going to first show off the actual accessories themselves alone. First we have his cape, which as you can see is a nice cloth fiber material. I'm not too sure what type of material it uses. I'm guessing it's just basic cloth, and it's very nice. It's very beautiful. I love the bright red for the interior of the cape, but the exterior is a little bit bland for white. It can't really be helped due to the, I guess, one sheet material. Maybe if it was a dual sheet sewn together, it'd be a little too heavy and wouldn't actually accurately fit on the pegs to attach it to his back. So I guess I can, give it that some slack just because they needed to make it very thin and loose to fit into the overall design and mold of its upper torso and back. Then we have its Supreme Cannon effect piece. Overall, very nice and pretty accurate to the movie design and rendition of it. Then we also have the Transcended Sword, which has the actual language of Digimon over the blade. Now, if I recall correctly, the actual language is supposed to transfer as like the end of times, Oblivion, if I recall correctly, or that's when it's in Megamon X form. I don't really recall, so you can't really quote me on that. And then you got your Matt and Tai shoulder pieces. Matt goes on the right due to the fact Metal Gurumon's his right arm, and Tai goes on the left, well, because War Greymon is his left hand. Honestly, really good effect pieces. I just don't understand why they had to be clear, bright plastic, I guess to embody the crests that they hold. Maybe they just didn't want to paint in all the details because they're too small. I don't know. I don't care. It's just a nice little bonus to have on display with your figure. Now, its points of articulation are really good, little loose, little tight, depending on the area, and overall, probably some of the most interesting joints in the design due to the fact it is a very slim and slender anime character. First off, all of its toes on both of its feet are articulated. It has an ankle joint, has a bit of a tilt, just it's a little tight. You have its knee joints, you have its hip joints where it has a hip swivel, as well as the ability to raise up, which are probably the tightest joints thus far in the hip itself. Rotation on a ball joint on the actual hip itself. Its abdominal guard has a clip and hinge to allow it to bend and fold over its chest and torso as it can fold and bend forward. I wouldn't insist pushing it all the way as hard as you can because you could break it. The shoulders, very good. Oh shit. Oh, shit. And as for the shoulders, they're actually quite tight and on ball joints, and they swivel. The right shoulder plate, which is on my left, for Metal Garurumon is loose as hell. It actually has a swivel joint to it. The arms are quite tight, its elbows are quite tight, and its mouth's open, obviously, due to the fact you have to attach the accessories into them. So, overall, it's very tight, mostly in its elbows and its waist, and also its neck. Its neck is probably one of the hardest to at least rotate back and forth left to right, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. One of the best features about it, though, is its face is the most accurate face we've gotten for Omegamon thus far, especially due to how its anime eyes are properly painted and designed. Really embodies the true on-screen anime Omegamon compared to its D-Arts release. And I do like the fact that the Crest of Courage is visible on the left shoulder guard. Very good, very nice. Love it. One of my personal favorite crests of all time. Now, to add his cape to the back, it is a bit of a tough way to do it because the pegs are actually lodged and locked into the back, and you put the cape under this plate and then reattach it as so. So I'll do that all off camera and start plugging in all the accessories so we can go into our final evaluation. It's evaluation time, and for my final evaluation, S.H.Figuarts Omegamon / Omnimon, our Wargame Edition, is the supreme Omegamon Figuart, not just for Figuarts collectors, but Digimon fans alike. First off, one of the reasons that this is a highly sought-after figure is due to the fact of Tamashi's production of it owning a fabric-like cloth cape. The only problem is it's a bitch to kind of display and use with its actual effect stages to keep it in motion, to keep it looking like wind is blowing at it, or that he's running really fast or jumping towards Dioboromon. These things can be kind of a pain, not just to clip the cape into, but to bend and pose and keep articulated to keep your cape, well, flowing. One of the best other aspects is that this is the anime design, which means it's badass, it's bitchin', it's beautiful, and it's personally my preferred design compared to its original artist and designer's conception of the character. Now, it's still a badass design, but this one gives it more of a, I guess, personality than just looking like some kind of mecha or some kind of just very badass knight, especially due to its big, bold anime eyes. The big, bold anime eyes for Omnimon or Omegamon really stands out and makes it more not just a badass knight, but a very caring individual, as well as a very intellectual, sentient being. That's one thing I've always liked about its redesign for the movies and the anime, is mostly its eyes. Its eyes really captivate you, and just think it's not out for destruction, or just a, hollow person or character, per se. The added points of articulation are incredible, as well as the details. And the addition of Matt and Tai, or Tai and Matt, or Yamato and Taichi, whatever you want to call them, I like it, it's cool, and it helps you accurately display it in Our War Games design and feature and display. The only bad thing is we don't have a Dioboromon yet to have it fight against. But, it's something a lot of fans will love and enjoy, especially due to the fact that if you're in North America, it's easier to obtain this figure because you have several sites like Big Bad Toy Store, TF Source's specific site for like Tamashi brand products, as well as Amazon and Barnes & Noble supplying these. This came out earlier in spring, or I should say late spring, early summer. In Japan, it came out a lot sooner during the springtime, and it's probably harder to get due to the fact in Japan it is a web shop exclusive. So, for us American fans, this is something that you can easily get, but don't put it off, because once you miss out on this, there's probably no chance of ever getting it again, or at least for a fair price of $40 to $60. Nevertheless, I'm Wheelchair21, and you can see this Digimon Figuarts review here on my YouTube channel, as well as other Figuarts and other Tamashi brand products here, or over at Hirotaku.com, and then at Hero Club. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram for further updates, and always to be in the know on when my reviews are out, if the subscription box on YouTube isn't working for you. Nevertheless, I'll see you all next time.